Three, two, one.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Ugly Nerds podcast, mixed from the Black nerd community. I am your host, Derek, the podcast guy. Do I have anything fancy to say? I don't believe in space travel. Always joined by Ian Berserk Music, audio engineer / super producer, the father dad himself.
And you know this.
You thought I was gonna shit on you or something?
Nah.
Yeah, he was waiting. He was like, he gonna say something.
I was
else.
making sure you were done. I didn't want to step on you.
Just drop some tidbits for another time.
All I did was state my own beliefs. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, we're also always joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo, our resident pro streamer, the console consultant.
Yeah, man. You already know what it is, man. Take a swig of my water. Ready to do this.
Mr.
Podden.
Butter himself.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
Big facts.
Okay.
Big
Man,
facts.
This is all part of the process.
Word.
I have a routine. I have a routine.
Formulate the beard.
That's right. It's like proceed to grow it back out after I got cut or trimmed.
Yeah, see, that's the worst part too, though. Because you need to trim it up, but then if it don't really grow back in the way you hope, and then you just kind of like,
Yeah.
and now you got to grow it back out just to be stuck again. Like, it's kind of annoying. I'm kind of stuck right now, actually. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyways, man, let's hop right into technically.
Short one for you guys. Just letting you know that Apple was letting you know that they're going to do their conference, their yearly conference on the 7th of September, a little earlier than usual.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. You're right.
It is earlier. Oh, you know what?
I didn't even realize when you were telling us.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
It's usually like later in this month or top of October.
October, yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
They can't hold it. They're like, yo, no, we need your money.
Yeah, man, because they didn't want to.
They itching.
That's probably
They itching. We said we need them pre-orders, man. Let's drop this.
Let's drop this.
Right.
Yeah.
Drop this now.
Yeah,
We'll figure out whatever. What bug you said that is? Yeah, we'll have that by release, man. Drop this shit, man.
That's probably it, man. Yep.
Drop this shit, bro. We need them checks. Word.
Man.
Yeah, we're looking at the iPhone 14 and its Pro variants, and the Series 8 watch and its Pro variant as well. We have a Pro Apple Watch for the first time. So, yeah, that's
I'm secretly an Apple Watch elitist. So even though I'm very happy with my 6, all they got to do is show me one thing that 8 can do or does that's different or it's just better enough than my 6, and I'm out of here.
I'm gonna be honest. I played with the idea.
I'm out of here.
Trading up my Apple Watch.
I'm out of here
for the 8.
But you know what it is? It feels like, well, no, because I say that, but obviously me and Ian we're like the leaders of holding on to the 3. For mad long through mad generations. They put out like 2 more, and we was like, nah, trash.
Y'all holding it down. I mean, if it ain't broke.
So I mean, we held on to my 3 messed up, which is why I got the 6 in the first place. But once you if you have a 3 and it works, unless you kind of want to do anything extra, you just want the extra tech in it or whatever, you don't really need the 6 for anything different. So, if the 8 or 8 Pro, see, the 8 don't really excite me, but the 8 Pro, I'm like, all right, what does that do? That
it seems to be more ruggedized is all. I think it may have a bigger battery, maybe.
Could use a bigger battery.
It's just
could use a battery that I can keep my watch on for at least
it's a little thicker than the
36 hours. Like, let me get a full day, then maybe 2 hours off, then a full,
Yeah, maybe some premium materials will be used. I don't know. But
I want to see how they justify that. So I obviously will be tuning in.
Well,
to,
they use Pro loosely.
I know that. Yeah, I know. It could be one small thing that's nothing, and they're like, oh, this is the Pro. Yeah. So I mean, it could be absolutely nothing. I'm hoping that they don't do that. because then I have to come in here and be honest about Apple screwing over their customers. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to, talk about Apple overlords and how well they treat us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're also going to drop the AirPod Pro 2s, which I am definitely going to acquire because my AirPods are
Dunzo. Clapped. They at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, they just
Now we've come.
Yeah.
Are they like
to the
disconnecting?
end
No,
of
it still works, but
pods.
they are rattling to no end.
Terrible.
Like, God forbid
Does your case still charge them like
this will try.
like clearly like every time they register and shit?
Actually, no. Yesterday, for the first time, my left one didn't charge.
Bruh, I don't know what happened. My right one, it was this is a while back too. It just decided it wasn't it just decided it wasn't connecting in there to charge. Mm-hmm. So I had left it in the case for a while, but I guess the way I'd leaned it fell out just a little or whatever. And this didn't charge. And I was like, put it in the air. I'm like, what the fuck? So every time I put it in there, now I'm like making sure it's connected. I put it in, and then I probably put it somewhere like standing up or something like that to make sure that I'm, I mean, it still charges other ways sometimes too, but I double check to make sure it's really in there because I've been screwed before, trying to charge shit. So AirPod Pro 2s. Yeah. That's probably top of the list ahead of because I don't need the phone and I don't need the watch desperately. Mm-hmm. The watch could get turned into something down the road, probably a next year purchase. But those AirPod Pro 2s, let them have colorways. I'm gonna find some money.
God, if they
I'm gonna find some money.
Man.
I'm gonna find some money.
Next shit's coming black.
I'm gonna find their money. Don't even trip. I'm gonna go get their money. I'm gonna go get Apple their money. Don't trip.
But yeah, that's that on that.
Or
coming to a store near you.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. Big Apple reveal, man. That's what's up. Cool. Ian, we thank you for that technically speaking segment for us. All right, man. Let us shuffle our happy late night potting selves right along to console tea.
Console tea. Well, you know what? I have been drinking some other sweet teas recently, but it's got like the different sweeteners in it. So I have been drinking tea, just not hot tea. So, okay. So we back relevant with what we're trying to do these times. But so since last episode we had Gamescom happen, aka that German gaming show. Mm-hmm. And it happened, and Jeff Keighley, of course, did a thing where he did his little thing and showcased a bunch of games, or at least had people send in games. He gets money and he showcases them for him. Mm-hmm. So we'll go through the recap here. We're not gonna really, I say this every time, but for real, we're not gonna take too long going through them. It's like a mini E3, more or less. Yeah. But typical thing is a live stream. Started out with this Dune Awakening game, and they had like a full trailer, like these announcements, CGI and all that. Mm-hmm. I think it's like an RPG type thing. It might be even like a strategy RPG, but it's I don't know, coming out next year or the future, whichever. There's other game that they showed called Everywhere, some indie game, something like that. Sony had Jeff Keighley reveal the DualSense Edge wireless controller. It's pretty much like a pro DualSense controller. It's got like, it's got like paddles on the back. The colors are slightly different. I mean, it's still white and black, but it's like the middle part leading up to the button and the button in the middle is black along with the thumbstick area. So that's all. The middle is black. The sides with the shape buttons and your D-pad are white, and it's got like some interesting you can replace thumbsticks and alter. So think of the six. Yeah, think of the Xbox Series Pro or what are they called? No, the Elite controller. The Xbox Elite controllers, where you can like customize stuff. They did not give a release date nor a price. Sony is being weird.
Damn, what I think it's gonna be.
There's a reason.
It's going to come with the
120
with the interchangeable.
Man, I think it'd be more than that.
Paddles.
I think 120 is the price point
for 100 flat.
Regular PS5 is 20. Regular one is okay. You know what? 100 isn't crazy wishing. It's possible if they're in a good mood, they could do 99 for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they want to hit 120.
120.
This is just the concept of the controller. They haven't talked to us. If you can already swap the sticks and everything's
Oh no, they have
easier to pull apart. They haven't talked about colors and shit.
And they haven't talked about colors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There hasn't been any colors or anything yet. So if that's added into the mix and you can customize it or there's any sort of builder, 120. Easy.
How much is the Elite controller?
I think it's more than 120. Let me double check. Real quick. And they got the what they got, the Series 2. Oh yeah, here you go. Xbox Switch. Oh no, that is way more. Wait, they sliced it. Wait, it was $179.99. Now it's $154.99.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. You're gonna do a Series 3 version of this. I don't know. But if it's all right, they're probably gonna. It depends on what.
I mean, I could see them jumping higher. Then I wasn't even thinking about that, but I could see them going high. So I'm being generous at 125 or 120.
Here I have the actual page on their website, the PlayStation website. I don't think you can pre-order. No, you can't. Or no, you can't. It just has little informations and stuff.
If I'm being honest with you.
I mean, it looks nice. I'm not gonna front. It looks nice. I am interested in it because I will trade in my white DualSense for this if there's a possibility, if they're gonna sell this at, I don't know, GameStop or whatever. I will try to do that, or I'll sell this separate and then use some of that money and put it towards this. But yeah, it looks. I mean, yeah. The buttons.
How do y'all feel about the front buttons? Yeah, how do y'all feel about the front buttons?
I'm not. I mean,
come on, we're professionals.
We're professionals. You talking about the colors?
The little front bumpers. No, the front bumpers on the.
Oh yeah, those are weird. I'm not really
front bumpers.
Yeah, if you look at
if you look at the controller held up. So I have a PS5 controller next. If you look at the controller held up, yeah, there's two bumpers right here.
I thought those were like
out of here.
The latch is used to pull off that little piece so you can swap out the sticks.
No, if you look under it, it says there's a label on it. I'll tell you exactly what it said here in a second.
Play with three mappable buttons, turnable triggers, and sticks. Changeable.
Yeah, those are supposed to be. It says FN on each of them.
This is interesting. I'm actually looking further into
their buttons. I don't know if they're clickable or you have to push in, but it's a button. I think it's actually both.
It is. I think. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it says FN.
Function.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know about
a function key, so I'm guessing that means you can map that to be whatever you want. Yeah, I think it's going to be weird to adjust.
It's an adjustable thing. So they're going to have multiple profiles. I think that's how you switch between the profiles.
Oh.
So
okay.
So you adjust where that is, and that'll.
You can map the paddles to whatever you want, and based on what game you want, you say, okay, I want profile.
I want this to be
number 3.
That makes sense because that's how the Xbox kind of.
But so that doesn't.
It's kind of like how they had with the buttons.
All I really wanted was some back paddle. That's all I wanted.
That's all. I don't really care about that.
All the other stuff is like icing, like a lot of icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say mappable back buttons.
The back buttons is what matters. Okay, that makes more sense. Because but then if that's the case, I feel like they should have done that. They should have designed that better.
Yeah.
I don't like how that sticks out there. I mean, I think it'll go away once you kind of just get over it, or if you can get this in some different colors, I think it probably won't be that bad. But
I do like the placement of the paddles in the back, though. Like it rests right where your fingers are gonna end up.
Yeah, that looks really natural. I like that.
Like the extra button attachment that they had for the PlayStation 4 controller, that one was in an odd spot. You kind of forced your hand to,
go to it.
And you adjust.
Did it ever start feeling like natural to you?
Yeah, over time it did.
See, I wonder if that's just part of it too. Like, after some while, you'll just get more used to it, and
Yes, I have it.
Oh, you got the button.
Yeah, you got something else under his desk.
This right here.
Oh yeah,
this right here.
Yeah.
Anyway. For our listeners, I put up my DualShock 4 from the PS4. That's all I have, and then I have the little back button attachment. You slide on the bottom, and it's pretty clutch. It helps for like shooters or Sekiro or any Dark Souls you're trying to swap between shit without moving from the thumbsticks.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to the mappable back buttons and I guess the toggleable presets from those function buttons. You can change out the stick caps. There's 3 types of changeable stick caps. I'm guessing if it's like Xbox, what they do is you can have like your standard ones. There you have one that's like kind of taller. I guess if someone wants to kind of seem like fighting game type thing or whatever, because some people do kind of hold their controller. Like I've seen in person, it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
or it's different. But
I think it's only certain games you can play like that, but
just fighting games, really.
Yeah,
it's really all it is. I could think of, and I probably like maybe it's a different thumbstick or whatever.
Yeah.
You can adjust the trigger length. So no, that's interesting since we have the adaptable triggers. I'm actually curious how that would. Well, it says fast-paced first-person shooter set a shorter travel distance to shoot faster in the field. Competitive racer set a longer travel distance for precise throttle control. Okay, so that's for Gran Turismo and stuff. That's cool. And then look at that, a USB braided cable with lockable connector housing. I thought that was what's MagSafe? I mean, that's a trademark copyright thing Apple has, right? But this isn't
MagSafe
magnet. This isn't magnet. This is just they say it's a braided cable. Yeah, probably latch. They call it a connector housing that locks your USB in place.
I bet.
So it's much less likely to slip out at a crucial moment.
Did you guys have an issue with it slipping out?
No.
Did you guys ever play with it on?
I mean, the only time this is rare, but if it's like below battery and I'm just like, all right, I'll plug it in. And that's really it.
That's too far away from the console.
But even then, I have a docking station.
Yeah, I don't really.
I think we all have docking stations.
I have docking station, or I'll just a lot of times I'll just throw the PS5 in like rest mode and plug it in, and I'll just let it charge that way from the front.
Like
when it comes to a
or you can charge it off of like an outlet, or I can charge it off of like I have a USB hub that just charges shit. I could charge it off that. Like I could charge it in multiple places and leave it somewhere to charge. I don't know.
True. I guess it's for those that be. I don't know. I'm just not the type of person to be like, oh man, it slipped out again. Whoops, and it's about to die.
Yeah, I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, but this controller looks cool. They basically showed a trailer for it at Gamescom. Yeah. And then looks cool. No price, no release date. Interested, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more when we get more information on the future.
Really hope they don't hold us hostage on the color.
Facts.
I mean, I like the white black, but I know it's not for everyone.
It's okay, but I need variety.
Yeah,
never buy another white black PS5.
Honestly, I think they're gonna do an all black one. Because I don't know. I think they will eventually, but we shall see. Or maybe there is a black and they just revealed the white to troll us. But after that, they showed a gameplay segment for Callisto Protocol. That's actually a new IP coming out in December. It's like a space third-person survival shooting type game. It's made by one of the dudes that made Dead Space. He went and left EA or whatever. I guess when that happened, when that studio got dissolved, he made his own studio and they worked on this. It obviously looks really good. And it looks like I can see some Dead Space in it, but survival horror folks are eating. I think they're eating.
Mm-hmm. Right up Ian's alley.
Yeah, those look pretty gnarly. I'll give you that. Lords of the Fallen, moving out to Hogwarts Legacy. We got a new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. And it was, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, it was talking about a character that supposedly deals more of Slytherin and I guess by default the dark arts. Like
so what's the kid's name?
Curse.
I gotta remember the kid's name. But basically, there's one student at Hogwarts that in the game here that is that is going to teach you or kind of unlock your exposure to the dark arts. At least that's how it looks. And I assume it's gonna kind of be everybody like that. Everybody's probably gonna play a little bit of a what's the word? Maybe like a little bit of a standardized role, but like maybe a little cliche, right? Like the Slytherin, he's going to teach you how to do some of the evil stuff and some of the more sneaky stuff and some of the more stuff that's going to make you sly and cunning. And then the Gryffindor is going to teach you how to be more brave and how to handle things when you run right into things and how to be a leader type whatever shit like that. You know what I mean? Ravenclaw's going to teach you more. You know what I mean? Like you kind of get like everybody's going to kind of hit their stereotypes is the word I was looking for. So that's clearly the Slytherin hitting his stereotype. I'm curious to see if it's a thing where if you befriend him, do other people not want to befriend him, or do only certain other people can you be friends with, or are you allowed to be friends with everybody, or how does what house you're in affect how his relationship could be to you? Because if his relationship with you is different if you're in, say, Gryffindor versus if you're in Hufflepuff, then that makes the game a lot deeper and a lot more interesting. Have they put something like that in the game? I have no idea. So I can't, speak as if I know that's the case. But, yeah, hopefully that is the case. Hopefully they are, expanding it.
I kind of hope that they take the route of closing out whole storylines if you align too heavily with one side, kind of like they do with Fallout.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I really like that aspect of it. I mean, it was kind of it did frustrate me a little bit when I chose a path and then I couldn't get a certain weapon because I chose that path. But it was cool to know that that's the thing that they thought out and, put in the game.
See, I wonder if, and I don't mean to turn this into too deep of a conversation, but I wonder if like with Fallout at the time, for as big and vast of a game as those were, I wonder if some of that had to do with just how complex it would be. But with new technology and, with the time they've had with this game and stuff like that, do you not think it might be a way that they could still not necessarily lock you off to everything, maybe not obviously let you reach whatever the max potential is in that field, but allow you to, still gain some sort of knowledge in it? Because if we're trying to play a sim, right? Yes, if I, go to law school, I'm trying to make up some really ridiculous analogy right now. But if I go to, like, say, law school for 10 years, yeah, it'd be hard for me to be a doctor, but that doesn't mean I couldn't read books and learn some things about being a doctor, right? Like maybe I may never be the best doctor, but I could learn things about being a doctor. I could go back to school if I want, right? You know what I mean? So it's the same type of thing. Like, yes, I might have spent a lot of time being a book nerd and hanging out with Gryffindors, but that doesn't mean I've never been piqued by a dark spell or dark magic. And I hope it's more of like an entry thing. Like, okay, I'm okay with it maybe locking off how you do it in the. I kind of wish school was just more of the place where you can kind of experience a little bit of everything. Obviously, they're not going to teach you how to kill somebody in your 5th year of school or whatever. But if you can just go to school and get a little bit of the dark magic, get a little bit of the just charms and regular school life, and, well, we hope Quidditch, but they never announced it. So, little things like that. Like, if they can give us stuff like that, then I think that makes the world feel more alive and makes you feel like you're making more of your own choices versus, oh, well, you didn't become friends with this person, so now you can't do this. Like, I understood why that was the design back then, but I'm wondering if now we can't maybe expect, like, something just a bit higher up, like just tie that together in a better way through your story, and make me still feel like I'm in control here, like I am making my own decisions. They are affecting what's happening to my character as we go. So yeah, I just hope they do put some extra, umph into that one for sure. But I'm excited still. Good delay.
Yep. Yeah, like yeah, man, that'll be, hopefully they incorporate some of the ideas you mentioned too.
Yeah. Oh, I still never found Buddy's name, huh?
No. No, it's all good. But yeah, at the end of the day, they reconfirmed February 10th, 2023 is the release date, and the Nintendo Switch version, they said the launch date will be revealed soon. I'm actually looking at the end of the trailer, that picture. That leads me to believe maybe the September Direct there, or if there is one in September for Nintendo. But anyway, yep. So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy looked good. They announced new Tales from the Borderlands. Man, Randy pictured himself up there with Jeff Keighley talking like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, we're making a new Tales of the Borderlands." Yeah, so it's like a story-driven one. I'm not sure of the time frame of the other ones, but I'm guessing it's either a little before Borderlands 3 or after, because I saw some locales that were in 3, but like different. I think it might be a prequel to 3, but it won't like it's gonna have its own story, its own character. It's not gonna be like, oh man, you need to play this to play Borderlands 3 or anything. That wouldn't make sense. Borderlands 3 been out for a couple of years now. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see another Tales from the Borderlands. The other one was a cult hit, I would say. Uh, Dying Light 2 Bloody Ties DLC just looks like more zombie killing stuff. I guess the game did well and they got DLC there. They showed Destiny 2 Lightfall. And I remember, didn't they have like a thing earlier this week where they kind of talked about their next big expansion and all new stuff? I don't know if you remember a few of the things from it, Ian.
A lot of the things.
Okay, cool. That actually works out.
Big expansion. New place, new subclass that they introduced. The place looks very I'm curious to see how it's all going to work. The place looks so the cinematic trailer suggested one thing, but I have a feeling it's not going to be as Spider-Man-esque as I might have initially mentioned. And I'm also curious to see how this new sling ability is going to work with the existing world of Destiny. How will it tie in? It is. I mean, they showed a little preview of that. Like they showed like the ability being used in like older maps and stuff like that. So it's. I mean, that'll be interesting.
Okay, so it's like a brand new mechanic they're adding in.
It's an entirely new mechanic. Yeah, wow. It's kind of a new mechanic. It's like it literally looks like Spider-Man slinging a web.
Oh, that's cool.
Like they described it as you like peeling back the fabric of reality and intertwining it with your arm and slinging yourself through.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Of course.
So yeah, and then of course each class has its own way of using that base mechanic and turning it into a weapon. So I think the Titan has this like these two huge claws. The Warlock has this looks like a Nova Bomb looking thing, but it's like green instead of purple. And then the Hunters, they have the coolest thing. They have like this I don't know what the weapon is called. Those weapons they have like a little dagger attached to a chain. You swing that.
Like the scorpion. Get over here, that thing.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, like that. Actually, that's literally what it is.
Okay, that's like when you said a blade attached to a chain. That's the first thing I thought of.
yeah. Scorpion, get over here. In fact, that'd be cool if they added that to the game. I wonder if they'll be able to do that.
They should.
But yeah, new place, new big bad enemy, of course. Not really new, but returning big bad enemy, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, it's interesting. Pre-orders go out if you want to get the full expansion with all of the season passes. It's $100.
Yo, I feel like every time I hear about the next set of this game, they're like, give me another $100, give me another $50, give me another $70 to keep playing this game. And this is why I've picked up something like Tiny Tina, because I can give them $50 on a sale and I can keep playing it.
Yeah, the base game is $50.
That's worse.
But if you want to get the season passes and all the rest of it, that's $100.
They can keep it, man. I'm cool. I'm gonna just play my story missions. I keep playing my demos as far as letting me play my demos eventually, maybe, and then that's it. I can't afford to keep up with that anymore. I'm not invested enough.
Stop doing that. I don't know.
I don't understand why they're doing that.
That's too much, man.
I feel like. And there's never enough.
That price is just daunting.
That's what I'm saying. And then there's never enough story there, I think, to drive a person to just want to pick this up to try on their own. Because even if like, I mean, I was like, Draws played Destiny before, but like, say somebody hasn't played Destiny before and they're like, oh, okay, what's this? I'll try this out. They pick it up and I mean, yeah, they're gonna do a couple, story missions that they're gonna tutorial and baby them through, and then kind of pretty quickly you're gonna end up needing to do some PvP or some this or some that, or they're gonna sink to a tower and you're gonna see this and that. Like you're gonna have to start competing quick, and you're behind a lot, a lot. Like not a little bit, not like oh, there's gonna be a special pack drop. No, you behind, nigga.
Yeah, it is a lot harder to keep leveling up if you're not getting the expansions.
What a time
It's not
sink,
impossible,
man.
but
Yeah, it's not impossible, but you're gonna be grinding.
yeah,
Time sink.
How much time do you have to dedicate to it? We're not in college anymore.
yeah.
This is one of the reasons I've slowed down on Destiny. Let me put this down a little bit and grab this here. I'll wait. This DLC will go on sale for 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks in a while. I mean, I'll grab it then and keep up with Destiny. And that way, because part of me still wants to be along on this journey. Like part of me is a little hurt that, in my head, I was like, yo, I'm going on this 10-year journey with this game. And
It did.
I mean, I understand why I got burnt out, but
we're getting close to that too in 2 more years.
we are.
Technically.
We're pulling right up.
Wow. Holy shit. Time does not make sense. Man,
So,
I mean, it looked cool, but yeah, it's just a lot, man. It's like I don't know. I guess it's just catering to the existing player base. That's all I can really think of.
Well, I guess the existing player
that's
base
what they should
will break the bank and
100%. They're gonna spend the money. They're gonna buy the kits. They're gonna buy
the base game, and then you can buy the expansion separately over time.
Yeah, whichever one you want.
If you want to get one, you can. If you, and I mean, not all this. I will say the expansions do tie into the main story, but it's loosely tied in.
Not all of them do, yeah.
It's loosely tied in. It's like some sub stories, but the main campaign that you're paying for, the $50 one, that's the story that matters, So
I mean, yeah, fair.
Like what you paid for to play the Witch Queen, that was really the only thing that mattered. Everything else that came after that was kind of filler.
Yeah, see. Yeah, see, but then I think back and I say, did I feel like that was worth whatever I spent that day, 40 or 50 bucks? So remember, I bought one that was $10 and one that was 40 bucks. And I think about what I got out of it, and I'm like, yeah, we got some fun. Me and Ian found some time, and we played a little Destiny.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely not worth it if you're not really playing it.
It's hard for me to stay consistent because Destiny needs so much from me. That's all it is, bro. It needs so much from me, and since I just have easier outlets on the side, I'd rather just grab FIFA or 2K. Even if they frustrate me, I cut them off and whatever. You know what I mean? Destiny, I feel like, oh, if I quit here, then I'm not going to get the gun, or I'm not going to get the thing, or I'm not going to get this, or I'm not going to get the right armor. And it's just too much to worry about. I'm thinking about how much Destiny manager, bro, I'll be at work organizing Destiny shit, texting Ian about what the TWAB said. And, bro, you think we're going to be able to try to do this? But we took off work to play missions. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't take any of that back. Fun as fuck. But
yeah, for sure.
Even when the shit didn't work, I still was happier to be sitting there. As annoyed as I was still happy to be sitting at home than waiting for Destiny to load than be at work. But, it's just like I don't know. At some point, I feel like, not, let me not say that. I just feel like for some people, depending on, what your time looks like and how your week and your time gets broken down, it becomes unsustainable to keep up with it. And once you can't keep up,
that has to be like your only game you play, like
basically,
for the most part. Like you can have at most one other single player game on the side or something.
Whatever little couple other games you play.
Like, oh man, God of War Ragnarok is finally coming. I can finally put in my two and a half weeks to play that, or however long it takes.
And then I'm back to Destiny. Like that's the type of player you have to be to keep up. And then you can, if you play every day, it's all you do. Yeah, you can afford the week and a half, 2 week break to play another game, if it even takes you that long. But then you're right back, and you didn't lose by that much. Chances are you probably got a clan and shit that you do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just shit that we just never were able to maintain because I don't know. Clans and having people to consistently get on, like, I don't know. Even like me and you and Kale couldn't keep it up. I don't know. We just shit happens. I don't know. But anyways.
Speaking of clans and stuff, and find people to get on. They did add. There's a bunch of stuff they're adding to the game, and one of the biggest ones is an in-game LFG system. So
there you go.
Wait, LFG?
Looking for game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where you trying to find people to play with you.
Cool.
There's an in-game means of doing that. They played with the idea for a little while. Like there's like a LFG function on the app itself, kind of sort of. That I used a little bit of it actually. It works okay. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it is. But yeah.
Cool. I mean,
Destiny 2 Lightfall coming. I actually don't.
Yeah.
I guess it's
coming in February of next year.
Oh, February next year.
February,
never mind.
I think it's the 20th. I'm not sure.
February 2023. Everything's February 2023.
Yeah, February 2023. Yeah, so.
All right. So they had a trailer for Sonic Frontiers, the best showing of the game in the trailer format yet. But I'll be honest, I followed a lot of people not follow people, but I saw clips and stuff on Twitter from like people actually attending Gamescom because it's like it's like E3 still, so you can people can just walk up and just play demos of stuff. And yeah, there's a bunch of footage, and honestly, that I'll keep it a buck. I think that game is looking promising, not just as a Sonic game, but as a game in general. I think it's looking promising. I think I might mess around and get that. They announced the release date is November 8th, which is wild because the day before God of War Ragnarok. But I don't think the overlap is too crazy, except for like people like me. But Sonic fan base and the deeper Sonic fan base, they gonna get it. They're gonna get it. That's at least 1 million or so that will get it. So yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be a dumpster fire. I think it's gonna be decent at the very least. But yeah, okay. So they showcased this one game called Lies of P, and I had to remember. I had to look it up actually. This got shown like 3 some years ago or something like that, or I can't remember. Basically, it's like a darker. It's like a Dark Souls take, but like a theming of like Pinocchio. I know that sounds kind of crazy to say like that, but like the trailer on here, I mean, the game looks interesting where it's like, I don't know, imagine like all that puppetry type stuff of like a darker type of theme. And it kind of looks like Bloodborne a little bit. So I think for that, the Dark Souls fans, that might be up to rally. It doesn't look bad though. They didn't give a release date for it, but I guess it's going to be sometime next year. They showed,
see the Bloodborne configurations. Yeah.
You see that? Yeah. It looks like it looks
kind of like an updated Bloodborne.
Yeah, it looks cool. For them for sure. Okay, so Homeworld 3. So it is funny. Jeff Keighley was like, "Oh yeah, Homeworld 3. Anyone excited for this?" And then there was like he was saying this in front of like an audience somewhere, and it was live or whatever. And literally nobody said anything, which was funny as fuck to me. And he was like, "Oh man," and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, I used to play Homeworld a lot on my PC back then." And I looked this game up, and I was like, "This is a PC only game," and this was like back in like the 2000s or whatever. And I was like, "You had to have money to play PC games in the 2000s." That shit wasn't cheap.
Shit don't even look fire.
Yeah,
it looked like this too. This is what you did. You flew little ships around space and drew lines for them to follow.
I guess so. It's like a tactical space type game. I mean, graphics wise, those look good.
Be saying whatever, bro, and they just be. No, this was my favorite game as a kid. Yeah, games.
I believe him because I believe Jeff Keighley came from a place of money. I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, I believe he had the money to afford this bullshit. Why else would you have spent money on that? It wasn't even fire. At least Pong has some competitive edge to it or something. Like this is just.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's purely PCs. One thing you gotta know, especially for Gamescom, is it's based in Germany and Europe. Europe PC gaming is large. I will say that.
Fair.
It's pretty large out there. I'm not saying it overtakes console gaming, but they have their own Like they have Goat Simulator 3 on here. That's actually like a thing. Even though it's goofy, that's a thing out there.
True.
So I think that they got their own little thing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. APC folks, man, y'all don't have to do that, man. Y'all don't have to play Homeworld 3, bro. Y'all got, Spider-Man mods. Y'all don't have to play Homeworld 3.
Spider-Man is on PC. Please, yeah, just mod whatever in that.
Bro, them Spider-Man mods.
Insane.
They go OD. I'm waiting for the Miles
crazy.
I'm waiting for the Miles Morales PC version and then the discount. Yeah. I'll be there because this just better version of Spider-Man. No MJ missions. You got all the cool Miles Morales electrical tricks you can do in the air. Come on now. That easy. Okay, so speaking of PC gaming, Genshin Impact. That anime Breath of the Wild looking at this game, but it's kind of going on the deep end of a bunch of.
I was like, that game is still getting updates to talk about.
That game is very popular. Yeah, Genshin Impact is stupid popular.
Yeah, especially with mobile. It's mobile now.
Yeah,
that's what it is
too. Yeah. I think it's just like their 3.0 update or something like that. But basically, the thing, there's missions and world stuff. You get characters by like unlocking them or putting money and that. Like 99% of them are like look at anime girls. So you already know. I ain't got.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, and it's Chinese inspired. I mean, visually, music wise, it's nice, but there it is.
We know what that means.
There it is. Yep. So I don't know if y'all remember this game, High on Life. It's like a really grotesque, ugly. Weird. It is weird, but I kind of want to play it because it's coming to Game Pass later. I do on the low. I do. It's made by like some of the dudes that did Rick and Morty, and I don't really care for Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
I don't hate Rick and Morty. I just never got into it. That's all.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think, and then like some years back when they had that Szechuan sauce at McDonald's, and I don't know, people were some fans were like going crazy about some weird viral videos happened, and I was like looking in, I was like, I'll just hear my friends that do watch it talk about it and keep it at that. I think I'm good. So they're making it's like a first person shooter, and it's got this like the guns have faces and they talk all the time, and it looks hella obnoxious, but I don't know, I kind of want to try it. It just looks so weird. I want to try it
on Game Pass.
It's gonna be on Game Pass, so that makes it easy to try. I think it's coming out in December. They just show the trailer and like a boss. Well, I'll be honest, the boss they showed looked whack as hell. You're like on this metal square area, and there's like your typical green slime the surrounding it, and you're find some bug chick with like a robot arm or something. Around. That boss looked whack. I'm not gonna front. That looked lame. And
you just have to swing around until the fucking platform comes back. That was trash.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, that's not good boss design.
Yeah, it's not a good boss design. It looks like some shit from like the old PS2 GameCube Xbox days. You may even older. But anyway, they've shown other stuff before and looked all right. I mean, honestly, I can see it just being a meme game for like a few days or a week maybe, and that's it. Everyone forget about it. But yeah. Apparently Telltale, the new Telltale games, dudes, they're making a game based off The Expanse, which is the Amazon Prime Video show. I think is it on Prime Video or Netflix?
I think it's an Amazon show.
I've heard it described as Game of Thrones but in space, more or less. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's the Game of Thrones in space. I mean, hey man, that was the biggest thing for
so Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like what are you talking about? Like
true. Very true.
Mandalorian is Game of Thrones in space. Like, come on.
Jesus Christ. So they had this other game out of left field. I only heard of it based off the name. I've never seen the movie it's based off of, but have y'all heard of Killer Clowns from Outer Space? It's like a goofy, I think it's like an old like 80s. I don't know if it's a horror flick or like a gag horror flick. I'm not sure. It seemed kind of campy. Basically dudes in their like, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s, or mid late 30s, early 40s might be into it at the time. But apparently there's a game made by the Friday the 13th people. That game that's kind of like you play as Jason killing the camp kids, or you can play as the kids running away from Jason. It's kind of like that. But they just showed like a little CG trailer, but apparently I saw a few people online get hyped for this, but whatever. I guess it's based off the movie. Killer clowns from outer space can run up in your crib and try and kill you, and you try and get away. But they didn't say anything else after that, though. It's probably not coming until next year. They showed another Gotham Knights trailer. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Every time they show this game, it looks worse to me.
It looks worse.
Yes.
Oh man, I was gonna say
Okay.
But I only say that because, like, I don't know, just not saying like this is gonna be trash out of 10 or anything, but just I don't know, just it's like the gameplay. I don't know, just there's something about it.
I am a little nervous
It doesn't. I don't know.
considering
Just
everything that's happening at WB, considering how they are showing some of them. I don't even really like Harley's reveal. This might be the worst version of
yeah,
Harley
they
right
showed
now.
Harley. Yeah, and it was like, did she have like some Joker-esque look, or am I?
I don't know. Some was off. I didn't like something about her face, her cheekbones. They
yeah,
felt too straight, not rounded
might
enough
be
Yeah.
you might compare her
No,
to
yeah,
to
Harley
Margaret
Quinn.
Robbie, and I know that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
that's probably what they did.
yeah, whoever
No,
they based this one off of, they didn't have to do that.
yeah, no
We didn't
shade
need a
to
different
that lady
caricature.
who they mocap, but it's just they chose
Yeah,
whatever.
they should have chose different.
I don't know. I think that's gonna be like a man, unless there's something about this game you don't know about and the reviews well. It's coming out in the end of October still. Or I think they said like, oh, it's coming out early, and they said like a few days early or something like that, like October 22nd or 3rd or something. I don't know. I think that game's looking like a $20 banger at best. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
get
know.
you. I feel that.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm gonna try to get it early just so we can all, talk about it. And I think at worst, it'll be fun to play through a DC story.
That's true.
At
Yeah,
worst,
yeah,
I can find some joy in just playing through a DC story in a game. Haven't had a DC video game I feel like a while now.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, all my
so
disdain is just coming from gameplay. I don't know much about the
100%. I get
dialogue,
that.
the story,
And
characters. I
and
don't know
that's
anything about that.
your disdain is coming from shit we've seen, which is 100% understandable. And my
Yeah,
hope is coming from exactly what we haven't seen. And WB is proving to me I shouldn't do that, but here I am anyway. So
man. Yeah,
I'm just hoping they can tell a good like the story enough is like it sells itself. Oh, Bruce maybe
Court of Owl
died in the
stuff,
Court
right?
of Owls, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh shit, okay, how are they gonna handle this? How are we gonna progress through this? It's for them. They've got to do things, but different than Bruce. And, it should be an easy story to tell. It should be at least an interesting story, even if I think the gameplay along the way is dog shit. Right? Like I should at least be able to get through the story. So I'm hoping that's enough. Like I
hmm.
run with that.
yeah. Well, hopefully, it shapes up and
I'm
they show
believing it.
some towards October we don't know about and gets us excited again for sure.
Hmm.
Uh, so this next game here. All right, so Where Winds Meet. So they show this trailer. It's a brand new series. It's by some other Chinese developer. I think this is their first game. I don't know what it is with some of these Chinese devs and this PS5 Xbox era, but they've been showing these games that look kind of like really surprisingly high budget. It looks very similar to Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm.
Very like if you look at it, you're gonna be like, wow, the Ghost of Tsushima vibes are fucking strong.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not mad at that. I would like to play another type, but it's based off like some old, well, 9th, 10th dynasty of China type thing.
Mm.
Now I kind of looked it up on my own after this too. I mean, it visually looks similar to Ghost of Tsushima, but it's more like it's like half action stuff, but there's also stuff you have to do with like town building, I guess. Not like an Animal Crossing, but like I don't know. I think there's more focus on other parts. So I'm keeping my eye on it though. No release date. I'm keeping my eye on it. Just out of curiosity. And they had a handful of other games here and there. They had Hideo Kojima pop up on like a video. Jeff Keighley's best friend, Hideo Kojima. He popped up and he basically was like, "Sup, y'all? I'm not here to talk about video games. Instead, I have a podcast on Spotify coming soon." And then he dipped. And I was like, this man is man. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Oh man, I don't have anything to say. Man, he showed some other stuff. And they close it out with Dead Island 2. long lost sequel, not lost, that's dramatic. A sequel we haven't heard anything about for years. The trailer was all right. They played what song they played the main dude looks like Lenny Kravitz to me, which is kind of funny. He looks super inspired by Lenny Kravitz. But yeah, it looks like another game where first person shooter, you're on like an island type area. It's overran by zombies. I've seen this type of a deal a bunch of times. But I mean, the kills look kind of gory and stuff, but it's coming out. I think it said February next year.
Then,
February 3rd. Wow. Yep, February 3rd. So yeah, I think it's coming to everything, but they just PlayStation seems to got the marketing for it.
Stacked month, yo.
the hype.
They're doing it again. God damn it, they're doing it again. There's some out February. But yeah, those are the highlights I would say of Gamescom. Overall, everything else was just kind of there. Let us know if viewers, listeners, if you're watching on YouTube or anything, let us know if there's anything we missed and we're kind of interested to talk about.
Yeah,
But,
any of these games that we just skipped over that y'all like, nah, this was one of them. Y'all missed it. Y'all don't know about Marauders.
Yeah,
Y'all don't play Tortuga. Y'all are losers.
Please tell me about
know.
Atlas Fallen or whatever.
Drop it in the comments.
Moonbreaker.
We'll talk
Friends versus friends. What tell me why me and my friends should get hype about Friends versus Friends.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, man. You gotta think about it, man. But nah, man.
Yep. That's a console T.
That is our console team, man. Dope shit. Cool, man. Cool. Look, by the time you guys hear this, you'll be hearing about 2 other episodes right before it. So we're gonna just catch up on She-Hulk next week. We'll do all 3 together, the first 3 episodes together, kind of give us that range of kind of a bigger sample size, see where the show's kind of going. That way we're not coming in here and just reviewing maybe 20-minute pops. And then maybe after that we'll go back to single episodes as things are starting to heat up and stuff like that, as more interesting stuff is kind of jammed into those sessions, or maybe we get slightly longer episodes. Yeah. But I mean, I guess y'all could just say real quick, I mean, solid, decent, not I mean, we're gonna stop watching the show, obviously. We don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like the tone they're going for. I feel like for the tone a lot. It's got, I mean, haha Marvel humor, but it's not like Ralph Boner. It's not over. Stupid. Yeah, it's not Ralph Boner. It definitely has that like. I have to do it. Yeah, I have to do it. But no,
Ralph Boner.
It's wild. I can't believe they're like, "Yep, that's the final episode." I was like, "All right, how do we let them do this?"
This whole series is about depression and coping with your trauma. Ralph Boner,
and then they stick Ralph Boner as his name. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man.
They be playing, dog. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. But yeah.
Yeah, show's been good so far, though. 2 episodes been good. I've enjoyed it. I think actress Tatiana Maslany or whatever, she's nailing Jennifer Walters stuff. It's been good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep,
for sure. Slight microaggression about her hair in the last episode, but we'll talk about that next week.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, but everybody here is white, so I'm gonna mind my business.
They're sneaking certain things in it. They don't really bother me that much, but I know
it don't bother me. It
don't bother me, but I know people online, they got opinions and like keyboard's gonna say something about it.
You didn't catch what her we're off this, guys, until next week, I promise. But you didn't in episode 2, spoilers. In episode 2, when she's at the family dinner, they walk in and one of her, I think it's her uncle or something like that. He's like, "Oh, my friend is a stylist," or something like that, or whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, so we can get your hair to look more like She-Hulk's, because when she goes straight, when she goes She-Hulk, the hair goes straight." Now, like, I'm trying to figure out if that is the writers and directors and stuff being tone deaf, or if that is them just.
I think
they said they were trying to match the comics, so fair enough. But then
her hair is straight in the comics,
and curly as a human.
No.
See, that's the part that throws me off. So it's like, oh, you have to do this, and that's the thing. I commend Marvel for sometimes breaking little things about the original canon just to,
Yeah, it's
push
hair.
things forward or make a little more sense based on how they're telling the story here. But then you do weird stuff like this. It's like, oh no, we have to match the comic here, but then not here. And then we're gonna put in maybe there's a bigger point they're
I
getting to
think
that we haven't seen yet. But
yeah, don't I don't think they're trying to really do any like the hair texture conversations or anything like that.
which
I
is
really think I really think it's just a silly. Oh, okay. I don't want to say silly. I really think it's a it's like an obscure thing to like She-Hulk in the comics. Her hair is just straight. It's just straight, and it's like that greenish black because it's like, oh, she's hulking out. She grows in her size a bit, and it changes. I think that's really what they're going for. I'm gonna rewatch it though, along with episode 3 for when we recap the first 3 episodes because it's only a 9 episode series.
Yeah,
and I feel like we'll like you said, Derek. Yeah, well, I think we'll get an idea of where at least the next arc is going after this 3rd episode.
Yeah, definitely agree, man. Definitely agree. Well, as always, folks, man, I appreciate y'all for listening. Really appreciate y'all for tuning in, rocking with us. Doing a little bumpy spell, but these come and go. These come and go. We're doing this 5 years, man. I think we've earned a couple rocky spells here and there. So bear with us, but we appreciate you for hopping over to this video, liking, commenting, hopefully subscribing, sharing with some folks, leaving your opinions. Do you believe in space travel for humans, not just like space travel as like something is up there traveling around? I mean, can we leave Earth and go to space, like, and come back alive? Do you think that can happen today?
No, emphasis on alive, I guess.
Alive, yes. Can you leave Earth and come back alive? Is what I asked. I asked that question. Are you very specifically for Ian?
Are you hard body? That's like are you that guy? Are you that girl? Are you think you're them?
Yo, are you go and come back?
Oh,
you
man,
got it.
Say something. Never mind.
If you think space ain't shit,
yeah, that's canceled.
You can just kind of shrug off a little space for like a month or so. Then
got that.
You got it.
Go prove it. I believe in y'all. I'm on your side. Anyways, man, like I said, man, appreciate you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. It's been 2 Ugly Nerds, but there's 3 of us. Peace.
Out cheer.